Okay, this is part two. So, yeah, now let's get to this. So, back when I had said this, uh, after Jimmy said that about the kicking part, that how the whole world saw the whole world that he kicked them and stuff like that. Roman was smiling about it and stuff like that. You can see how Roman was like scratching, he was smiling. And Jimmy's like, you've been going you've been abusing us and stuff like that. You've been going crazy. Too crazy. And he was like, Jay, it's my brother. I'ma protect him. No matter what. And he was like, and he said, Solo, it's my brother. And he was like, and he tell you, and he tell you, and Solo, and he was telling Solo this. And Solo, I'm gonna protect you no matter what. Roman is gonna, he doesn't care about you. All he's gonna do is gonna use you, he's gonna eliminate you, abuse you, use you, then he's gonna push you away and have nothing to do with you in anything. And it was really true because even though even though Solo kind of like, he's really not confused. He's I have feel that someday Solo is gonna betray Rome. But I thought he will, I'm gonna get to this. Because we know that Solo, so he said it to Solo. So Roman was like, so everybody was cheering and stuff like that. Everybody was cheering, ooh, so. And then Roman's like, who, do you know why they saying Uso? It because of me, your tribal chief. It because of me. I'm the tribal chief. And then he looked at the camera and he said, yeah. Look at me. I'm your tribal chief. And then first, I'm your tribal chief. Like he looking at us as the audience, saying that, hey, I'm the tribal chief. And then he said, he was like, and then he said, see, you're you're the leader and stuff. Like you in charge around here. You telling your brother this and that. Let's see your brother can talk to himself. Talk to himself. Let's see your brother can. Let's see your brother can talk. Let's see whose side he's really on. So Roman gave Solo the mic, and Solo looked at Roman, and then we know that we know that Solo might say he will acknowledge Roman and stuff like that, and that's when Solo said, because we know Solo doesn't speak that much. He does speak, but he doesn't speak that much. So he doesn't speak that much. So believe me. Then that's when he said, I know people will be like, wow, this is the first time that he been talking. This is not his first time talking. He been talking since he debuted. He been talking when he was on. He been talking a lot when he was in the NXT, and he used to talk most of the time in the WWE roster. I don't want to say like last year when he first debuted on the roster. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year, I think. So yeah. And on top of that, Solo said and then that's when Solo said, so Roman, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. And we knew that he didn't acknowledge him because we knew that. And then he said, these two, when he was talking about Jay and Jimmy, he said, these two are my brothers. And then I was shocked. I was like, no way. The bloodline is breaking up this soon. This is too quick. This is happening too fast. And that was Solo gave Roman the mic, and he stand to his brothers, Jimmy and Jay. And I was shocked. I was like, oh no, this is not good for Roman. So that's when Jimmy was like, hey, Are you gonna what we gonna do? Are we gonna do this together? Are we gonna keep this bloodline together? Are we gonna do this together? Or you gonna do this island reverency I can't say this island reverency. I can't say the word right, but the reverency, whatever it's called. And then he said, or you can carry this, I will carry this island of reverency, and as a tribal chief all by yourself. And then that's when Roman went off on Jimmy. That's when he was like, he went off on Roman. He told Jimmy to shut your mouth. He went off on Roman, and then that's when Jimmy pushed Roman in the face hard, and Jimmy was like, and I was shocked. I was like, no. I was like, yup. And that's when Jimmy was saying stuff, and then you could hear people crawling, and then I think it was the noise started blink. I think they beeped the sound because we knew that the person I think they was cursing. The crowd was cursing and stuff. So this bots. So So that's when Roman was about to put his hands on Jimmy. That's when Jay got in the middle and stopped Roman, and he was like telling Jimmy and Roman, "Hey, we need to stop this. We don't need to be fighting anymore. Let's work together. We can fix this together." So I like how Jay put it. Like, to me, I was like, Jay doesn't know what to do. He doesn't. But he's trying to he's trying to be try to be one, because him and Roman, they did all of this. It's all started with Jay. So that's how the bloodline started. When Jimmy came, Sami Zayn, Solo, that's all that came. But now Jimmy betrayed the bloodline and he left, and that's how he teamed up with Kevin Owens. But Jimmy was like, okay, Jay is right. We need to do this together. He was like, hey, Jay is my brother. He was telling that to Roman. Jay is my brother. Solo's my brother. And you're my brother, Roman. We always been. We can do this together. Let's bring this bloodline together. Let's run this company like we always do. And he was like, we're the ones, right? We are the ones, right? So Roman was kind of hesitating. He was like kind of frustrated and stuff like that. It's like, let's see what he gonna do. And then Roman think a little bit, and you hear the crowds like hug it out, hug it out, hug it out. And then that's when Roman came to Jimmy and started hugging him out. And I know Roman's not gonna, he's not gonna forgive Jimmy after what he did last weekend at the Night of Champions. I don't think he's not gonna, And that's when Roman was like looking up, how Paul did when he was like looking up and like praying to God and stuff. And then that's when Roman told Jimmy, no. So I was like, whoa. I was like, I said, yeah, I knew Roman's not gonna forgive Jimmy. So that's when Jimmy stepped back after Roman said no. And then he quit a little bit. I was like, wait a second. Because Roman wasn't looking at Solo or nothing. He was correctly looking at Jimmy. And I was like, don't tell me. And that's when Solo turned around Jimmy. Jimmy turned around and Solo Samoa spiked Jimmy. And I was like, no. I was like, I knew it. So Solos was still on Roman's side, and then that's when Jay was like, Jay was click, how you say click, click. Jay was like confused and was scared. He was scared because like he was, I mean, Jay was shocked. He couldn't believe it. Cause I was like, man, I was like, what is Jay gonna do? And he didn't do nothing. He just then now was helping his brother, and that's when Roman looked at Jimmy, and then he walked away. That's when he walked away out the ring. I think Paul walked out the ring too. I think, and then Solo was still looking at Jimmy, and then Jimmy looked at each other. Jimmy looked at Solo after he did that, and that's when Solo walked out the ring also. And then that's when they walked out the ring, and Jay was still in the ring with Jimmy. He didn't walk out the ring or anything. He was still with his brother. And that's when Paul told Roman, what about Jay? And that's when Roman, and this is what Roman said, was I don't think it's not gonna happen. This is what Roman said. Jay gonna do like he always do. He will fall in line. And I don't think Jay's not gonna fall in line after what he did to Jimmy. I don't think after what he did. I have a feeling Jay is gonna tell Roman, screw you, Roman. I'm done with this. After what you did to my brother, I'm done with this. It's over. I don't want to be by your side anymore. I don't want to be part of the bloodline anymore. And that's when that's when Jay walked out of Roman, walked away from Roman, and be on Jimmy's side. So I think Solo might do it too, but it'll be way too soon for Solo. But it might happen. We'll have to wait and see. It might happen. But I think they're teasing Roman and Solo versus Jay and Jimmy for the tag team at the Money in the Bank. So I think they're teasing that. So yeah, guys. But what do you guys think? Do you think Jay gonna fall in line with Roman, which we all know he's not gonna do that? Or do you think he's still gonna be by his brother's side, Jimmy? Let me know. Like, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.